Listen up, because what I'm about to tell you could save you thousands of dollars. We're in January 2026, and if you're planning to drive anywhere in the United States this month, there are 7 massive law changes you absolutely need to know about. And I'm not being dramatic here. These changes are already costing drivers serious money, and most people have no clue they even exist. I'm John from Dream Visa Updates, and today we're cutting through the noise to give you the facts that matter. No fluff, no filler, just real information that protects your wallet and your driving record. So let's jump straight into it. Number 1, hands-free cell phone laws. This is the big one that's catching everyone off guard. Now, you might think you already know about hands-free laws, but here's what changed. As of January 2026, over a dozen new states either introduced brand new distracted driving laws or made their existing ones way stricter. And the penalties? They've skyrocketed. States like Georgia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, first offense used to be maybe 50 to $100. Now, $200 to $500. Second offense, $500 to $1,000 plus points on your license. But California, New York, Washington, they went even harder. Repeat offenders now face mandatory driver education courses that you pay for, community service, and in some cases, license suspension for 30, 60, even 90 days. And here's the part that really stings. Your insurance company is watching. Get caught for distracted driving, and your premiums jump 15 to 30% or more. That's an extra $500 to $1,000 per year, and those rates stick around for 3 to 5 years. Now let me be crystal clear about what counts as a violation, because this is where people get caught. Holding your phone while driving, even if you're not using it, illegal, even at a red light, even if your car is in park. If you're in the driver's seat with the engine on and holding your phone, that's a ticket. Texting, scrolling social media while waiting in traffic, checking GPS manually, holding your phone to your ear, all illegal. Picture this. You're at a red light. Traffic isn't moving. Your phone buzzes. You pick it up for 3 seconds to check a text from your boss. You don't respond. You don't type anything, just a quick glance. A cop sees you. That's a ticket. Doesn't matter that you weren't moving. Doesn't matter, it was just a second. You're getting fined. So what do? 3 things. Invest in a phone mount. 10 to 30 bucks saves you hundreds. Use voice commands for everything, navigation, calls, texts, music. And if you absolutely must check something, pull over, put your car in park, then deal with it. Number 2, automated enforcement is exploding everywhere. Speed cameras and red light cameras are being installed in hundreds of new locations, and the fines are going up while the tolerance is going down. Starting January 2026, Illinois, Maryland, Arizona, Florida, Texas, they're rolling out dozens, sometimes hundreds of new cameras. Washington, D.C., Chicago, Baltimore, Phoenix, all expanding their systems massively. And here's the killer. The fines are way higher, and the threshold is way lower. Speed cameras used to trigger at 11 miles over the limit. Now, 6 or even 5 miles over in some places. That means you're in a 35 zone doing 41, maybe just going with traffic flow, you're getting a ticket in the mail 2 weeks later. Red light cameras got stricter too. The grace period. After the light turns red, half a second used to be standard. Now it's shrinking or gone completely. Your front bumper crosses the line a fraction of a second after red. You're photographed and fined. These aren't small fines either. Red light tickets, $75 on the low end, up to $500 or more. Speed camera tickets, $50 to $75 for minor speeding, $300 plus for excessive speed. And if you get multiple tickets in a short period, each one costs more. Here's what people don't understand. These are usually civil violations, not moving violations, so no points on your license. Sounds good, right? Wrong. Your insurance company can still find out and jack up your rates. And if you ignore the ticket thinking it'll go away, you're looking at escalating late fees, collections agencies, damaged credit score, and suspended vehicle registration. The solution? Drive the speed limit. Pay attention to traffic signals. When a light turns yellow, slow down and stop. Don't gun it. And use GPS apps like Waze or Google Maps that alert you to camera locations. It's not about breaking the law, it's about staying aware. Number 3, impaired driving laws just got way more serious. Several states are lowering their legal blood alcohol limits, and penalties are going through the roof. Right now, most states have a .08 BAC limit. Utah dropped theirs to .05 a few years back, and now Washington, Oregon, Colorado, Hawaii are all following in January 2026. .08 to .05 doesn't sound like much, but it's massive. .05 is roughly 1 to 2 drinks depending on your weight, metabolism, food intake. .08 is usually 2 to 3 drinks or more, so the margin just got way smaller. What used to be I had 2 beers with dinner, I'm probably fine, is now I had 2 beers and I could get a DUI. And the penalties are brutal. First-time DUI, $1,000 to $2,500 fine, mandatory alcohol education programs costing hundreds, license suspension 90 days to a full year, possibly jail time. Second and third offenses, felony charges, thousands in fines, years of license revocation, mandatory ignition, interlock device at your expense, significant jail time. But here's what destroys people financially. A DUI costs way more than just the court fine. Court costs and admin fees, hundreds to thousands. Attorney fees, $3,000 to $10,000 or more. Insurance premiums that double or triple for 3 to 5 years, that's an extra $2,000 to $5,000 per year. Ignition interlock device, $100 to install, $75 to $100 per month to maintain. Potential loss of income if you can't get to work. Add it all up. A single DUI conviction easily costs $15,000 to $25,000 over a few years. That's conservative. For some people, it's way higher. Here's the reality check. You go to dinner, have 2 glasses of wine over 2 hours, eat a full meal, feel completely fine. You drive 10 minutes home, get pulled over for a broken taillight. Officer smells alcohol, you're honest, say you had 2 glasses of wine. Field sobriety test, breathalyzer, you blow .06. In a .05 state, you just got a DUI. Your life just changed. So here's the advice, and it's non-negotiable. If you've had anything to drink, anything at all, don't drive. Period. Use Uber, Lyft, call a friend, take public transit, walk if it's safe. I don't care if an Uber costs $30. It's infinitely cheaper than a $15,000 DUI that haunts you for years. Number 4, electric vehicles and emissions laws. Starting January 2026, several states are implementing new or increased registration fees for EVs and tightening emission standards for gas vehicles. EV owners don't pay gas taxes, which fund roads and infrastructure. As more people go electric, that revenue is shrinking. So states like Texas, Ohio, Virginia, Georgia are charging EV owners a specific annual registration fee, $100 to $200 or more, on top of normal registration costs. Some states are even considering mileage-based fees, where you pay based on miles driven. This isn't necessarily unfair. Roads cost money to maintain. But if you bought an EV thinking you'd just save on gas and never thought about registration fees, surprise. On the flip side, some states offer incentives. State tax credits, rebates on charging equipment, reduced registration for the first few years, HOV lane access, even driving alone. So it's not all bad. You just need to know what your state is doing. For gas vehicles, emissions testing is getting way stricter. California, Colorado, New York, Massachusetts, Oregon, even tougher standards. If your car doesn't pass, you're required to make costly repairs before renewing registration. And in major cities, older vehicles not meeting standards are being restricted from certain zones or charged congestion fees. Real example, you drive a 2008 sedan in California, runs fine, basic maintenance, no problems. Registration renewal comes up, emissions test required under new stricter standards. Your car fails, emissions just slightly above the threshold. Now you need $300 to $600 in repairs. New catalytic converter, oxygen, sensors, exhaust work. Can't afford it right away? Your registration doesn't renew. Legally, you can't drive that car until you fix it and pass. What do? If you own an EV, budget now for new registration fees. If you drive an older gas car, get emissions tested early before new standards hit. That way, if there are issues, you have time to fix them without panic. Number 5, street racing and reckless driving penalties are about to get dramatically more serious. And the definition of reckless is broader than you think. Florida, Nevada, Georgia, California are implementing much harsher penalties. Florida, if you're caught street racing or driving recklessly, your vehicle gets impounded on the spot for up to 30 days. Towing fees, storage fees, impound fees, hundreds or thousands of dollars, plus fines starting at $1,000 for first offense. Second time, felony charge, potential jail time, months or years. Georgia is similar, but they're also targeting spectators. Just standing on the side watching a street race, you can be fined and arrested. No audience, no incentive to race, so they're cracking down on everyone. Nevada, especially Las Vegas, is using undercover operations, sting operations, helicopter surveillance, increased patrols in known racing areas. But here's where this hits regular drivers. Reckless driving is legally broad. Excessive speeding, aggressive lane changes, tailgating, weaving through traffic, sudden acceleration, or braking. If you're driving aggressively because you're late, frustrated, or angry, you could get caught up in these laws. Imagine you're on the highway, running late, impatient. You start weaving through traffic, changing lanes without signaling, going 15 to 20 over, cutting people off, tailgating. Copy sees this, pulls you over. Instead of a simple speeding ticket for 150, you get charged with reckless driving. That's a court appearance. $500 to $1,000 fine or more, points on your license. Massive insurance hike costing thousands over the next few years. Takeaway? Drive safely and calmly. Don't speed excessively. Don't drive aggressively. And stay away from street racing activity, even as a spectator. The consequences are too severe. Number 6, driver license renewal requirements are getting stricter. Several states now require additional testing for renewal, particularly for older drivers. Illinois, California, Florida, Pennsylvania are implementing or expanding requirements. Vision tests, written knowledge tests, sometimes even road tests for drivers over 70 or 75. The reasoning is legitimate, vision declines, reaction times slow, medical conditions develop. But for older drivers who've been driving for decades without incident, being told to take a road test feels insulting. Additionally, states are tightening medical disclosure requirements. Conditions like diabetes, epilepsy, sleep apnea, heart conditions. You may need doctor documentation certifying your condition is controlled and doesn't impair driving. What this means, renewing your license might not be show up, pay fee, get new photo. You might need to schedule appointments weeks in advance, take tests you haven't taken in decades, gather medical documentation. Fail any test, you could be required to take driver improvement courses, complete additional testing, have restrictions placed on your license, or lose driving privileges entirely. The advice? Don't wait until the last minute. Check your state's requirements well in advance. Schedule appointments early. If you have medical conditions requiring documentation, start gathering paperwork now. Number 7, parking fines and moving violation fines are increasing across the board. Many cities haven't adjusted fine structures in years or decades. Now they're catching up all at once. $25 parking ticket might now be $50 or $75. $100 speeding ticket might now be $150 to $250 depending on speed. New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco leading the way, but smaller cities and suburbs are following. What this means, minor violations you used to shrug off now cost significantly more. Expired meter hurts. Parking in a no parking zone for 2 minutes, expensive mistake. Rolling through a stop sign, way costlier than before. Best approach? Follow the rules. Pay attention to parking restrictions and time limits. Don't assume violations won't catch up. With increased camera enforcement and digital tracking, unpaid tickets accumulate quickly, lead to boots, towing, suspended registration. So here's what you need to do right now. Stay informed about specific laws in your state. Check your DMV website regularly. Sign up for email alerts if available. Don't assume what applies in one state applies everywhere. Adjust your driving habits now. Put your phone down completely. Mount it, use voice commands, or ignore it. Drive the speed limit, especially in camera areas. Pay attention to signals, don't beat yellow lights. If you drink, don't drive at all. Budget for potential new costs. EV drivers expect higher registration fees. Older gas car drivers, be prepared for emissions testing and possible repairs. Set aside a few hundred just in case. Invest in the right tools. Quality phone mount, Bluetooth headset, GPS app with camera alerts. Small, affordable investments that save you hundreds or thousands in fines and insurance hikes. And take this seriously. These laws are being enforced. They're expanding. Penalties are real and getting harsher. The financial and personal consequences are too severe to ignore. If this video helped you understand what's coming and how to protect yourself, hit that subscribe button right now. I'm John from Dream Visa Updates, and we post detailed updates like this because laws and regulations are constantly changing. Most people don't find out until it's too late, until they're holding a ticket or dealing with a suspended license. Drop a comment below. Let me know which of these 7 rules surprised you most. Hands-free laws, speed cameras, lower DUI limits, stricter testing. I read every comment and want to know what's on your mind. Share this with friends and family. Everyone who drives needs to know about these changes. This isn't just about avoiding tickets. It's about staying safe, staying informed, staying smart on the road. Knowledge is power.